Okay, now moving on to some other news. The kind of insensitive, irresponsible comments being made by the country's politicians. And now it seems to be once again being made by a habitual offender and JDU leader Sharad Yadav, who has stirred a massive controversy. Now, what he has said is that the honour of the vote, the ballot, is far greater than a daughter's honour. That's the news that we have just received. Let me go straight across to Lalita Kumara Mangalam, NCW chief, for more on this. Ma'am, how do you respond to such irresponsible and sexist remarks being made from a senior leader like him?
The NCW has already sent him so much a notice, where we have said that if he doesn't reply immediately, clarifying it and giving us a satisfactory explanation, we will summon him, which probably will happen. Well, insofar as my reaction to this is concerned, as you've already mentioned, he is a regular offender in this regard.
Yes.
And it pains me that once again one of our senior so-called leaders has, come up with a patriarchal statement like this. They are trying to hide behind the usual explanations they give. Has NCW issued notices to people from the Parivar, from the BJP, etc., etc. And ad nauseum, I also keep on explaining that we issue notices to everybody. And if only they would come to NCW office, they'd know who all we've issued notices to. They've also said that, there is a saying in Indian, apparently in Bihar, where he comes from, where they say that a girl's izzat is equal to that of or is less than that of a vote izzat or something like that. But I'd like to tell these people that patriarchal statements like these were coined by men like them.
Oh yes, absolutely. It's clearly reflective of their mindset.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the fact is that he should also realize that the vote is an inanimate thing. And I think he goes on to say that if a vote big gayi, so that's a bigger loss of izzat than a woman's izzat. But he should understand that the country gets a far worse name when a woman is continuously reviled, rejected, raped, abused, etc. all over the world. It's not just in India. And it also gives us a much deeper sense of shame than merely a vote being bought. I'm not saying votes being bought is bad. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying it is not bad. Sorry.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say is that there's no comparison between the two.
Yes.
A woman is not an object to be compared to a vote. And by doing so, however well he may claim he means, he should understand that his mindset must change.
Ma'am, just stay with me. If you can just stay with me. Ma'am, just please stay with me. We're getting in some more news related to the comments that he made. He completely remains in defiance. He has refused to apologize for the sexist comment. He says that he said absolutely nothing wrong. And now, on predictable lines, with the kind of criticism that he seems to have received, he's now saying that his comments have been twisted and he has been misinterpreted. That's the reaction that we're getting in from Sharad Yadav. Let's just play that reaction for you, Fans. So that is what he has just said right now. Lalita Kumara Mangalam, the NCW chief, is with me. Ma'am, I don't know if you got a chance to hear what he had to say in his clarification. He's completely changed the entire thing around, saying that, just as one loves one's own daughter, one should also kind of love, the freedom or the liberty to go and cast one's vote. I mean, what do you make of these kind of statements being made from a senior leader like him?
It's one feels quite sorry for him actually, because it's quite clear from his second statement that he realizes he's made a mistake, but he doesn't have the humility to apologize for it. He's trying to twist what he said, and the fact is that it's all out there, it's recorded. So anybody who understands Hindi will understand what he means. If he claims that he was being misquoted, it's only because of the way he used the words that he has in his statement.
Yes.
And since he's a Hindi-speaking man, I'm sure he speaks very good Hindi, he should have then said it couched it in different language.
Or stated it the way he just did in his clarification.
Or at least have the guts to say that, yes, I said it, I'm sorry, I misinterpreted it or whatever. But the problem with all these people is that their egos are so big that they don't have the humility to accept that they made a mistake. But I think at least, it's dawned on him that he's made a mistake, because his tone seems a little more subdued than, what I heard during his speech. But fact is also, I'd like to say, this is not the only man who keeps doing this. Across the board, leaders, sometimes women, but more often men, make these terrible statements which should never be made.
Yes.
Sooner or later, there's going to be a very bad backlash, and I hope that all politicians in this country understand that Indian women are tired of being objectified and defiled. And
no, and neither are they fools to not understand the message being sent out. Ma'am, you just confirm for us that the NCW has sent him a notice as well. Is that right?
We sent the notice and we'll probably follow it up with the home.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, so much for speaking to us. That was the NCW chief, Lalita Kumaramangalam, speaking to us. I also am joined now on the phone line by Congress leader Nagma. Ma'am, how do you respond? First, a comment being made that beti ki izzat se vote ki izzat badi hai, and now he's saying that no, he never meant to say any of that. That was not really the intent. What he meant was that, you know, one should love a vote as one loves one's own daughter, and he claims that he is being misinterpreted. I mean, the tone may be subdued, but the damage seems to have been already done.
See, I don't think anybody can justify what he said, but at the same time, I'd like to say that there are many such politicians who are such professional politicians that they don't see a man and woman behind a vote. And unfortunately, that is the situation. Now, yesterday I was on a channel, I think it was Aaj Tak, where I had a BJP spokesperson with me, say Mr. Prem Shukla, who leveled some absurd charges against me and spoke about my integrity. So is the NCW going to send him a notice as well? And look at Yogi Adityanath and all these people. I mean, aren't the people who are in power responsible first to hold their own people up and then talk about the other parties and other people are called? But this is not about every politician, but these are certain politicians. Look at Kailash Vijayvargiya. Every day, day after day, he speaks about women and the character of women and saying that they don't dress appropriately and so hence they get raped.
True,
there is
that's
a Haryana
true.
minister who
Absolutely.
talks about women wearing jeans.
No, and
NCW sending a letter and a documentation to each one of these. Why is Yogi Adityanath not pulled up? Why are these people from the BJP not pulled up?
No, certainly, and everyone should be pulled up, in fact, for the kind of silly and insensitive and irresponsible statements, made by such senior leaders. Nagma, ma'am, thanks so much for speaking to us. I want to go straight across to India Today's correspondent. Maushmi, now the kind of reactions that are coming in that has perhaps led to Sharad Yadav issuing that clarification, but the damage seems to have been done already. What a bizarre comparison to make by him.
It is actually obnoxious, and it just shows that the politicians are an incorrigible lot as far as it comes to hogging headlines, making irresponsible statements are concerned. And the fact, the explanation is even alarming because Sharad Yadav, the veteran and the leader of his stature, coming from him is sorry say state of affairs of the Indian politics. Yesterday you had a Kailash Vijayvargiya of the BJP who gave a statement on communal lines, and then you have Sharad Yadav, a leader of his stature, giving such a statement. It just indicates how women are objectified and how girls in this society are perceived. And we always keep talking about, the politicians talk about changing the dominant mindset, changing the bias against the gender bias, and yet you have such a sexist remark from Sharad Yadav, which is definitely condemnable. The fact of the matter is, if you realize that all the time, whether it's Sakshi Maharaj or Kailash Vijayvargiya or Sharad Yadav, they seem to be getting away with these nasty, these obnoxious comments without any reprimands, without any action being taken. And that's why, they have a free hand of saying whatever they want to, and then blaming it on the media, saying that statements are distorted.
Right. Maushmi, thanks so much for joining us. We'll take a very short break right here on the broadcast, but stay tuned. I'll be back with lots more reactions on this sexist remark that has been made by a senior leader like Sharad Yadav. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are talking about the sexist remarks that has been made by JDU leader Sharad Yadav, who has stirred a massive controversy when he said that the honor of the ballot is far greater than a daughter's honor. But India Today's correspondent Rohit Singh spoke to the leader, and this is what he had to say.
एक बार नहीं, 25 बरस से मैंने बामा बालेश्वर दयाल बहुत बड़े नेता थे, तो वोट के ऊपर उसी तरह का ईमान होना चाहिए जैसा बेटी के ऊपर होता है। वोट जो है वो देश, समाज, सरकार सब चलाता है। इसी तरह जो हमारा एक प्रेम और मोहब्बत और ईमान बेटी के ऊपर होता है, उसी तरह वोट पे भी रहना चाहिए तब कहीं। और ये इस संदर्भ में कहा कि आजकल पूंजी का वोट पर बहुत असर हो रहा है, तो गरीब आदमी के पास वोट को छोड़ करके कोई चीज नहीं है, तो उस वोट को वो यदि मजबूती से ईमान के साथ उसको नहीं बचाएगा तो समाज और देश में अच्छी सरकार है और अच्छा जीवन नहीं बनेगा।
तो आपका मानना है कि आपने जो कंपैरिजन किया था वो सही है?
बिल्कुल है। मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि जैसा हम अपने घर परिवार के प्रति चिंतित रहते हैं, वो बेटा हो बेटी हो या अपना घर का जिम्मेदारी हो, उतनी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी समाज की भी और देश के लिए भी इस वोट के जरिए है।
तो आप अगर मानते हैं कि आपने जो कंपैरिजन किया वो सही है, तो फिर इतना विवाद क्यों मच गया है आपके बयान को लेकर? आरोप की ये कहा जा रहा है कि गलत कंपैरिजन आपने किया है।
छोड़िए, इस पर हमको ज्यादा कुछ कहना नहीं है। जो आपने पूछा था उसको मैंने जवाब दे दिया।
तो आपको लगता है ये कंपैरिजन सही है कि वोट को आपने कंपेयर किया बेटी की इज्जत से?
मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि ये बिल्कुल ही जो मैंने बात कही है वो एक दिन की बात नहीं है। जो ईमान हम परिवार, घर, बेटा बेटी के लिए करते हैं, उतना ही हमको ईमान वोट के साथ नहीं करेंगे तो देश नहीं बनेगा।
आपको लगता है आपने कोई गलत नहीं दिया? क्योंकि ये आरोप ये गलत नहीं है आपको लगता?
नहीं, वो जिस आदमी ने जो इस तरह इसको लिया है वो बहुत ही उसने गलत समझ लिया।
आपने गलत लेकिन नहीं बोला है।
मैंने जो बोला हूं वो बिल्कुल इस बात के लिए बोला हूं कि जो वोट और पर जो ईमान है वो घर परिवार और बेटी और बेटे के बराबर ही है।
महिलाओं को लग रहा है कि थोड़ा महिलाओं के खिलाफ ये बयान, एक सेक्सिस्ट बयान जो होता है, महिलाओं के खिलाफ आपने इस तरह का बयान दिया है।
अरे इसका कोई जवाब हो सकता है क्या?
तो आपने कोई गलत बयान नहीं दिया है, इसलिए लगता है आपको माफी मांगने की जरूरत नहीं है।
मैंने क्यों? किसी सवाल ने जो इस तरह के सवाल का कहां सवाल उठता है? ऐसा सवाल आप पूछ कैसे रहे हैं? क्या हो गया आपको?
क्योंकि शरद जी बहुत सारे आरोप लगा रहे कि आप इतने वरिष्ठ सांसद हैं, आपको बेस्ट पार्लियामेंटेरियन का अवार्ड भी मिला हुआ है, उसके बाद आप ऐसे बयान देते हैं तो थोड़ा सा इस पे वो।
चलिए, मैं बोल चुका आपसे और उससे ज्यादा बोलना वाजिब नहीं मानता मैं।
चलिए, तो ये थे शरद यादव जी जो बता रहे थे कल जो उन्होंने बयान दिया था उसमें कोई गलत नहीं है, और एक कंपैरिजन ड्रॉ कर रहे थे कि किस तरीके से वोट की कीमत जो होती है वो बेटी की इज्जत से ज्यादा है। कैमरा पर्सन दीपक कुमार के साथ रोहित सिंह, पटना।
An unapologetic Sharad Yadav there while he was speaking to India Today's Rohit Singh, saying that he said nothing wrong and his words have been twisted and he has been misinterpreted. We'll stay on this news in just a bit. A quick break right here. Stay tuned.